gem of a human, Mad Dog. All right, it's time for the last What Are You Mad About of 2023. It's been clearly a great year for of frustration for you, but let's finish strong, shall we? So what are you mad about?
I could start with the Christmas party at the Russos, arrival at 2, leave at 9:30, but I want to make sure I stay okay with the relatives, so I'll lay low. Number one, what is Woody Johnson doing? He's got to tell the world with 2 games to go in a season that Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh are going to be back next year. What, did Rodgers put him up to it? What's the rush, for crying out loud? He's not Lombardi, and the other guy's not Jerry Vanessa. Look him up, Marcus, who Vanessa was in the 50s with that Packer roster. Somehow he had to go bring him back. He has to make this announcement now. Let him sit on it for a couple of weeks and make the announcement at the end of the freaking game against the, when they play the last game of the year at home. This is crazy. Zerline almost kicked a field goal. How to make a 54-yard field goal to not embarrass him. He scores the touchdown, Washington down 17-0, and they almost came back and won. And Woody's going to tell my buddy Costello before the game of the New York Post, we are going to bring back Saleh and Joe Douglas. Why, Woody? You don't have to make the announcement that they're not going anywhere. Nobody wants them. The Chargers are not calling up for permission to talk to Robert Saleh. All right, I'm sorry, it's not happening. Robert's out in the street if you don't bring him back. Make him sweat. I could not believe that this announcement had to be made 2 games to go in the season when the Jets are a mess. Again, Rodgers must have put him up for it. Number 1.
All right, Mad Dog, I hear you. However, Aaron already said they have his vote of confidence. Once Aaron Rodgers says, I like Robert Saleh, I love Joe Douglas, I like what they're doing, that told you all you needed to know. So whether Woody says it or not, we knew these guys were going to be back.
I agree. But he had to make. Let him sit!
Let him sit!
My gosh!
Let him
Marcus, you're quiet. Say something. Hey, my God. Number 2.
Mad Dog, I agree with you. He could have waited. He could have waited. But I told you weeks ago, Aaron Rodgers runs this organization.
Yeah, he sure does.
Not Woody Johnson.
Exactly. Pat McAfee runs Rodgers, and Rodgers runs the Jets, 100%. All right, number 2. How about Tommy Cutlets? Tommy Cutlets? Can we calm down on Tommy Cutlets, please?
I think we're calm now.
How about some grilled chicken instead of veal cutlet hero or chicken cutlet hero?
Are you my God.
How about first off, he thinks he's gonna. You know, nobody cares about Tommy DeVito in America. It's a little story in North Jersey. Enough already. He hires a marketing company. He hired a marketing company. This is a guy who was a 3rd-string quarterback who didn't play in barely play in Illinois, and he hires a marketing company. Enough already. And then when he gets relieved, the right decision by Dable. He gets relieved at halftime in a game in Philly on Christmas Day. What does he tell us? It was a business decision. No, it wasn't. You stunk. 9-yard pass play. There's no business decision. The Giants were an absolute mess in the game. The agent drives me crazy. Too much of Tommy.
Why do we need the agent now? Why do we need to love his
Come on. You guys are crazy.
I love it,
Tommy
man, dog.
DeVito. Everybody put a break on Tommy DeVito, please.
I think the brakes have
been pumped. I feel like
Irod's now starting, so I think the brakes have been pumped. But don't you want to take advantage of your moment when you got your moment, Matt?
Hires a marketing company.
Chair. Let the kid live.
Hires a marketing company.
And don't hate on Cutlets, okay? Don't hate on a good pun.
Mad Dog, you right. You right, but it's partly my fault. It's partly my fault, Mad Dog, because I made a joke that Tommy DeVito was better than the Saints offense, and people took it literally, and Tommy DeVito phenomenon started. It's partly my fault, but you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
So Marcus started the whole trend, right. And now listen, what happened?
I yell at everybody on this show, and I got on. And by the way, Shaq, don't tell me you haven't heard of me. You've heard of Chris Russo. Because Shaq got mad because I put him below Malone. So we're gonna lay low on that.
You know me.
Here's the bottom line. I always pick on everybody else. It's time I pick on me and Fat Rob in Rapid City. Right. Did you see what I did? I deserved it.
Did you say Magic City? Where'd you say?
Rapid City, South.
Rapid City. Yeah. Different place.
Sunday, it's Christmas Eve. I did not go to church. So what did I do in the afternoon? I bet Green Bay minus 3.5. The Packers had the ball at 30-16. Leading in the fourth quarter. Carolina 2 touchdowns. Packers have obviously no defense. They come down and kick the field goal. They win the game, but it's 3.5. I gave up.
Ooh.
They won by 3. And then, like an idiot, I bet the over of Dallas and Miami.
Oh.
At 48-49,
Yeah.
Dallas fumbles.
Yeah.
That was at 4:30. That's the time that you should be hitting your knees, thanking the Lord that it's Christmas and all those
what
things.
are you doing?
And
What
I'm
are
betting
you doing?
Cowboys
Yeah,
in Miami
exactly.
with my
Exactly.
mother's burnt veal parmesan.
Not
with my
burnt-
burnt veal
We
parmesan
told you stop
on Christmas
mentioning
Eve dinner.
Mommy's burnt veal.
And then number
food,
3,
okay?
and then number 3, I can't get enough of pain. So I'm doing a radio show yesterday at 5:30, day after Christmas. Give me a pat on the back for that. But the fat guy in Rapid said, we got to play Rice. They're playing Texas State in the Transponder Bowl. And so like it's
Listen
dope,
to the
at
sentence, man.
5:30 in the afternoon, when I'm breaking down schedules in the NFL, I am sitting there and I'm betting Rice against Texas State, who had 2, not 1, but 2 pick sixes. And I end up getting killed in the game. They screw up the second half kickoff. And Texas State, their first ever bowl game, I didn't even take the points. I took them on the money line. Oh, my God. What an awful. Look at this stuff, this nonsense. They threw me the wrong kickoff.
Man, no.
You get the idea.
Man, no.
What an absolute
Man, no.
disaster. So on the day after Christmas, I don't learn my lesson on Christmas Eve. And I bet the Chiefs, by the way, on Christmas Day. Another sin.
child.
And I don't learn my lesson.
You take
And
him-
the fat guy says, let's go Rice on the money line at 5:30 on a Monday afternoon. I am a degenerate and a loser. I deserve to lose every penny. What an awful, 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 awful job. God again, strike me down.
Just go to church. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. God's been trying to talk to you. You know,
Just go to church. You don't need to get struck
Man, no.
down.
taking more L's than the
no, God trying
Panthers
to
this
tell you
year.
something,
My
man.
Lord.
God trying to tell you something, man. That,
Sure
that
is.
You gotta
relationship
listen.
between you and Fat Rob is toxic. It's
Yeah.
toxic, bro.
Toxic.
It's toxic. You're
Get
going to
out
have
of
to
those
make some better
toxic
decisions in 2024.
Sure.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Starting with
Quickly.
eliminating the toxic relationships
And you know,
in your life.
what
Put your
my
trust
daughter
in
got
the
me
Lord.
for Christmas, don't you?
What?
What?
Gummy!
No, you should not. Stop giving Mad
we are
Dog
not
gummies.
doing that.
No
That's
more.
what
No,
happened.
no
No,
more.
no,
No,
happened
no
when
more
you were supposed to
gummies.
go to
Go
I'll
find-
see you later.
We're gonna
My
go find
boy.
a church. All right, we're gonna take.
This is what you get for your talking about the burnt veal.
Yeah, don't hate on the veal. All right, still to come. Is Mason Rudolph the answer in pick? We've got more disagreements. But first, the AFC East is coming down to the wire. Who will ultimately come out on top?